Okay, today we're going to be creating a simple app. It's a tipping calculator. I just want to show you my actual process of actually coding the app from start to finish, and we're going to do this in less than an hour. Now, this previously would have taken hours, days, or weeks, okay? So you do need to have an Android Studio, and you want to have Claude Code. And just as we're going through this, I'm actually going to demo what everything looks like on my tablet. This is just a previous app that I built. But yeah, so one of the only things that we're going to do manually here is create the project. Okay, so I'm just going to put in tipping calculator. This is fine, and we're going to go finish. And then I'm going to be doing everything through Claude. Okay. Okay, I've just created actually a new project called tipping calculator. Can we just get it to say something simple like, hello, this is a calculator, just so I can test that it actually works on the tablet. Now it's going to come up with like a bunch of permissions. You can read through this, just learn a bit of basics. It's not really super necessary. It does help to actually understand a bit about what it's asking. So allow Claude to run list. Yeah, okay. So what's happening now is basically I've given Claude Code permission for different folders, like for different apps that I was building. And now we're actually just giving it access to this new folder that we've built. Okay. Okay, so we just want to set always allow. Okay. So I've actually got a tablet, so that's why I'm doing this USB debugging. We're not going to go into that, but so you can just skip that. Yes. Yes, please just run it for me. Okay, so you can see this is actually something that changed earlier. And we can actually get it to run here, but I want to see if I can get it running through Claude. Okay, so it's just saying that it's actually got my tablet connected. Now, if you don't have a tablet, there is also ways of setting up like virtual devices. We're not going to go into that either, but I just do want you to know that you don't actually need to have like a physical device to be able to build. You can use like a virtual device, okay? Yep. Okay, it's just resuming. Okay, so it's actually launched, and I'll show you what it looks like here. So, okay, it says, hello, this is a calculator. So we've just got the first thing building, okay? So I want to start actually building this out. I do have a set of requirements, which I actually just pre-planned for you here. But I'm actually going to go and actually build this just using my voice, okay? So the trick here is to actually like be able to clearly articulate what you are wanting or doing. Okay, so basically the application is to calculate tips based on the bill amount. So like, just like as an example, it will ask you to input how much the bill was. So let's say the bill was like $250. Okay, let's calculate the tip and divide it by the number of people. Okay, so it's gonna ask you like how much percentage do you want to tip? And let's give it like some presets like 10, 15, 20% or other, which is custom amount. Then also have like a up and down sort of button that lets us select how many people that we're splitting it between. And then below all of that, what I want you to do is yeah, just display the amount per person and just make this all update automatically. Okay. So what I want you, so what I want you to really do is just like, because this is maybe a little bit unclear. If it felt unclear, just pause the video and actually just like stop and actually think about this, okay? So I'm just giving it my exact requirements. So we have the bill amount, the number of people, the percentage. You know, I've already got this like visualized what I'm exactly looking for. So I was gonna follow this plan step by step, but just as you can see, like when you're talking and you have the stream of consciousness, it just kind of comes out automatically. So it's basically what it's doing now is it's actually like creating the UI, so the user interface. And then this might actually take like 2, 3, 4 minutes. I'm not sure. We'll see. So I'll try out a couple other features. Okay, so it's just like adding a bunch of different, you could say like components, or these are activities. You don't need to know about that, but it's just adding basically things and it's just coding the app out. So we'll actually go into Android Studio and we'll see what it's been doing so far. Okay, so this is just code that it's all written out in the last 2 minutes or so, and logic, okay? So it seems like it's having some issues here, but yeah, Claude will resolve all of this. As you can see, we're still in here. Nothing's actually been done yet, but it's just building, it's just rebuilding. Oop. We can hit, oh, there we go. Cool, it's launched. So, okay, let me just minimize this so you can take a look. So SPY, okay, so bill amount, let's say it's like $400. Oh, like we had a $400 dinner and we want to tip 20%, okay? So tip amount is $80. And we're splitting this between, say, like one person. Obviously, we don't want to split between one person. So if we split between like 6 people, then it comes up to $80 per person. Okay. We could also make it custom. So it's like 25%. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's tip 100%. Okay, we want to be super generous. So $400 is the bill amount. We tipped 400, and so that's 800 over 6 people, so it ends up being 133 per person. Okay. So yeah, we've already got something going, which is pretty nice, but I want to show you how I just like iterate upon this. Okay, so cool, looking good for a start. There's a lot of like empty space. Can we just make everything, I guess, vertically centered? Can you also make the tip calculator horizontally centered? Okay, thank you. So basically, I'm just like recreating the UI. So I want to move this from here to over here. So this tip calculator. Sorry, I'm not able to highlight that. And I'm trying to move all of this down. Okay, so it's just doing some UI things behind the scenes. And again, this is just editing all the code automatically. So we don't even need to look at this. Like, you can, of course, but if you want to learn something, but you don't need to. So just while this is actually running, I'm just going to show you a different app that I built. So I built like a custom music app, which has, you know, it's got like 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages for different use cases. It's got things like a custom timer, so I can keep track of, for accountability purposes, how long I've actually been practicing for. I can like auto scroll through the page, so I can actually like just read the music without needing to touch. Let's just go back for a sec. So yeah, it does all those cool things. I built like a metronome favorites function, like all these kinds of things. Now, as you can imagine, like once I built like a bunch of features, the code actually gets quite big. So you'll want to break this down and get Claude to actually like, it's called refactor. So you want to be able to refactor the code. Let's go into the app. Where is it? Okay. Sorry, can you just rerun the app from Android Studio? Because I don't know where it went. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's looking nicer. That's looking nicer. So what I want to do now is let's see. What I want to do now is just show you how I'd add things, but I also want to show you one of the cool things about Claude Code, and is that you can actually I could actually do this all from my mobile phone or even my tablet. Now, just for this like building an app out on your tablet, like if you are doing it like how I am physically, this actually needs to be on the same Wi-Fi. Now, of course, you can just build through the virtual device, but I just want to show you how I'd do that if I was building on like actually from my tablet. Okay, so we'll go into Claude. So I've got Claude. Okay, so I've got Claude here. I've installed it, and I've been able to connect to my MacBook. Okay, so I've just had to run some of these commands on my MacBook. Okay, so there's that, and yeah, I've got the MacBook device connected, and you need to grant it permissions based on where you are. But yeah, like I've done all that beforehand. Okay, so I'm sure you guys can figure that out. So we're gonna go into this Android space, which I'm currently building. So as you can see, like I'm basically controlling this from my tablet, which is, yeah, I mean, it's maybe a bit arbitrary if you're actually using a laptop and you have all that, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So I'm not running it through the tablet, I'm running it through the laptop, but I'm just controlling it from my tablet, okay? And then it's just gonna keep showing up in the tablet as well. So let me just close these apps. So many. Let's just close all. Okay, and I'll just rerun this. Android Studio. Rerun. And I'll get Claude as well. And I'll make sure this is running. Okay, this is launching. Cool, so it's gonna pop up here. Okay, look at that. Seems to have disappeared. So I've used let's see here. Okay, so this is just like an old project that I started to build and failed. So but we'll just exit that. Disconnect. Okay. This was like an old version of the app. So it's about to launch. Okay, we're back in the game. So, cool. Let me just take a screenshot of that just so I can see. so I can see what I'm doing actually. See what it looks like. Cool. Cool. We'll go back into Claude. So I'm controlling my tablet from my laptop, and I'm controlling my laptop from my tablet. That's pretty weird. Okay, so let's say like we have this design, right? And I want to make some changes. Like, let's say I wanted, instead of the tip percentage to be like buttons, let's say I wanted to make it a slider, okay? So I'm gonna go into Claude on my tablet. Cool, I like this. What I want is, you know how I have the buttons like 5, 10, like 10, 15%, etc. So I want you to also create a slider that starts from 0%, goes up to 100. And if you press a button, it also shows up on the slider at that percentage. And it also shows, you know, exactly the percentage that it is. So yeah, sliding scale. It can be just underneath the buttons, okay? Cool. So I'm literally just talking into my tablet. I could be like in the other room. I could be on the tablet and like on the balcony. And this is all connected by Wi-Fi. So so Claude is now controlling my coding. It's now just controlling my Android Studio, just making changes here. And then it's going to rerun once it's built, okay? Oop, my thing is so far away. Shit. Okay. It's going to be launching in a sec. Just leave this here. Just pause the video for a sec. 2 seconds later. Okay, so I'm now, yeah, look at this. So we can do 10%, 15%, 20%. Let's set the amount. Let's set it to like $100. Let's set it to $100 just for evenness. So 15%, 20%, make it like, you know, it's got the tip amount here. One person, two people, three people. Okay, let's say like I want to now add a feature, which is like to send my, I want to email a bunch of friends, like my bank details or something, you know, just to like, okay, you owe like $45, okay? So back into Claude, not sure whether this is running. I like it. Can we now make like email, like, well, let's just say Gmail for the sake of it, and say send bill to people. Okay, so then it'll just take me to the Gmail app or whatever, and it'll just tell the amount that I owe the person. And for the bank, we'll just skip the bank details for now. But what you can do is, in the email, you can provide them my email just so that they can input that into, you know, the banking app. Like I use Wise, for example, so they can just put in my email address and that'll just pay me. So yeah, can you please do that for me? As you can see, this is like very, very messy, okay? Okay, it's relaunching now, and I just figured how to make this pause and unpause automatically. So let's get right into it. $100, 20%, 4 people. Okay, done. So that will be $30 each, and we'll go through Gmail just once today. Okay, I like this. I like this. Let's leave space. Cool. And then now I could just so obviously I don't want to go into like but you could just type in different emails here and then just hit send. Let's actually just send it to myself. Okay, so I'll just send it to myself and hit send. Okay, so it's I received the email, your share of the bill comes to $30. You can send it to so and so. Okay, we could also make this let's okay, next thing I want to do is I want to make this app like I want to make this app share the okay, let's go into Claude. I want to make this app actually share my bank details. Okay, so we'll go into Claude. Make a section where I can add my bank details and also name of the bank. And then, so whenever I use the app, I can also click which, when I want to email, I can click, it comes up a box where I can click which bank account I want to send them to them, okay? Sorry guys, it's like late at night and I haven't slept properly, so I'm just a little bit bad at bad at this today. Okay, so I can add bank details. So email for payments, $100 between 3 people, bank name, bank of crypto, account details, my old New Zealand bank, and 20%. Cool. So I want to add bank account. Okay, we can add a bunch of accounts now just for testing purposes. So my Wise Bank. So yeah, this shouldn't allow the $sign. So ideally would let Claude know about that. And that's fine. We won't go into that detail. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. Nothing around checkings, nothing around this or that. We're just keeping it super simple. Add bank account. And we'll just say bank 3, which is this is my bank details. Okay, so obviously we could, we have lots of ways now we can format this, we can do that. We're just going to keep it super simple today, okay? We don't want to keep it out. We want to keep this in the scope, so that's good. And I'm going to scroll down. Oop, would you look at that? I can't actually scroll down on the page. Okay, so I added a bunch of different bank accounts, and yeah, now the screen is blocked and I can't actually send the bill to my friends. So can you just fix this? Maybe we need like some kind of sliding type thing, or maybe just like, yeah, I don't know, like just make sure I can send the bill. Okay, it's just rebuilding. Take a couple seconds. You can see what it's doing specifically here. Go back to our Android. And you can see our code is now like 400 lines long. So obviously, again, like I mentioned earlier, you'll want to go and refactor this, break it up into different files. There's a lot of other important things like security, testing, etc. But it's all beyond the scope of this. It's all beyond the scope of this video. I'm just keeping it simple today. Cool. Look at that. Would you look at that? Let's see how this works. $80 between 3 people. Done. Send bill to person. Okay, it's asking me which bank. Exactly what I wanted. Perfect. That's looking good. I'll send it to, yeah, let's send it to here. Jump into Gmail. Hey, please send it to my Bank of Crypto account. You can also send it to cool. Test@gmail.com. Cool. And then you can send it to person 2. Here's Gmail. So you can see we've got a fully fledged app. Again, super simple. Comparing it to this app, this has way more utility. It's way cooler. It's actually something that I'm starting to use like every day. So but I just wanted to demo the capabilities, right? Like I can also show you this, okay? So yeah, no, that's fine.